No one's trying to scalp these. Official Konami mail here. Wow, look at the foiling. We've got some packages from Japan. I have my pair. I absolutely love these things, guys. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Shadow Room for another video where today I'm going to be showing you guys some of my latest Yu-Gi-Oh pickups. We've got some pretty cool things here, including some official mail from Konami themselves. Alright guys, so welcome back to the mail room. This is like our second mail room we've ever done, so our second mail day video. It's been a couple months since the last one, so I've picked up quite a few things in that time, just like here and about. I haven't really planned out this video. I kind of just like gathered up all the stuff that I bought since the last mail room video, and seeing it kind of all laid out here. Let's just get straight into it, unscripted. Here are my latest Yu-Gi-Oh / TCG pickups. Alright guys, so first thing, not really Yu-Gi-Oh related, but me and my wife recently went to like this big book kind of warehouse sale they had in Sydney here. One of these big book warehouse retailers was doing like a warehouse sale, if you will. So I tagged along with her. She's a big book person, but I tagged along to see what I could find. Hopefully I was trying to find some like Yu-Gi-Oh books or manga. Fortunately didn't find any of that, but I found these two things. So these were all brand new books. We got there kind of late, so I think all the good stuff was already taken, but I managed to find these two manga chapters. So I got Naruto. This is volume 10. So volume 10 of Naruto. This is actually a lit chapter. This is actually the chapter where Rock Lee versus Gaara. So yeah, the chapter where he drops the weights and just goes ham with the speed on Gaara, just full shocks him going crazy. So super lit chapter here, volume 10 Naruto, $5, so cheap, brand new. I think it's like more than half price. Well, recommended retail price here, $10 USA. So this is like a third of the price retail. So super cool, Naruto volume 10. And then we have Dragon Ball Z volume 25. This is actually the one where Boo Gotenks, the debut of Gotenks versus Boo. And yeah, pretty cool as well, pretty iconic chapter, super annoying as well because he just gets absorbed like instantly. So really annoying as a kid. Remember watching that episode. It's so cool but so frustrating at the same time. But yeah, $5 for the Naruto, $6 for the Dragon Ball, brand new manga. Couldn't say no, you know, just kind of had to buy it at that price. So these will go in the back in my bookshelf next to the Yu-Gi-Oh mangas I already have, but super cool, 2 chapters there of the kind of limited mangas that I even watch. I'm not a big anime watcher or manga reader myself, but Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, 2 of the series that I did watch as a kid. I did read Naruto as well, never read Dragon Ball Z, but of course I watched it like crazy as a kid on the morning cartoons. But there is Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. By the way, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I am recovering from like sickness and recovering from like hay fever. It's springtime, so I'm just getting hit with everything. So if my voice sounds a little funny, that is why. But let's get on to the next thing. All right, next up, let's get into some cards. The cards actually bought. I bought quite a few cards looking at it all here, but first up, we got some booster packs. So I'm not really interested in anything modern Yu-Gi-Oh wise. The like last modern set I was kind of interested in was the Terminal Revenge set for the Dragon Master Major. I thought that card was really cool, so tried that. But modern, I mean, Stampede was cool because of Dark Magician Girl reprints. Anything Dark Magician Girl, I think I'm a sucker for, I will buy. But in terms of modern, I only buy when it's on discount. So I found some blisters, official blisters on discount. So Stampede blisters, we have Alliance Inside as well, Alien blisters. So these were on discount. They were $6 each. I think the retail is like 7 or 8. So a couple dollars discount from the Australian regular retail price. But we got Stampede. We can try for some more Dark Magician Girl reprints in this. And then Alliance Insight, I never actually opened this set. I know there was the Dark Magician Girl Magician's Apprentice card, which was a cool Dark Magician Girl kind of retrain thing. Not specifically an actual Dark Magician Girl for me, so that's why I was like on the fence about it. But these are on discount. I just picked up a couple. The odds of us pulling it are realistically super low, but had to get some packs just to try in case. I don't think I'm going to open these right now because this video is going to be super long as it kind of looks already. So I'm not sure if I'll put these in a video, like in a variety opening sometime soon, but those are some blisters I picked up recently. And then these 2 blisters on the right. So the reason I bought these 2 blisters was my local gas station, my local petrol station where I fill up my car every week. They started selling TCG products for some reason. They started selling Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and of course, Magic the Gathering cards. They actually sell One Piece as well, but I noticed the guy, he had boxes on the front desk when I was paying for my fuel. So let's actually crack open the Duelist Advanced pack. I'm not sure what is even in this Duelist Advanced. Not sure what you could actually get. Of course, I think it's like more of a meta set. So we have Valon, Art Mage, Hushed Psychic, Dark Flare Swordsman, Parallel Teleport Super Rare, Sudden Thunder Swamp, Return of the Duelist, Moon Magician, Vanquish Soul Start. So yeah, I think all meta cards. We got a super. Is that guaranteed? Probably. So we got a Parallel Teleport Super. That was Duelist Advance. All right, that's probably all the Duelist Advance I'll ever open. But next, he also did have this. He had Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy. So in terms of Final Fantasy, I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy 7. Played it like crazy when I was a kid. Final Fantasy 10. Played 8 a little bit as well, but 7 and 10 were my jam. I don't know if it's controversial or not, but I'm not a Cloud fan at all. Zack Fair is the man. But, you know, that's a whole conversation and argument for another time. Let's open this right now as well. Can we hit a Golden Chocobo? I know it was a serialized, right? I'm not super familiar. I haven't been following it that much, but serialized card in Magic the Gathering. This is actually probably the first Magic the Gathering pack I've ever opened in my life. I'm not really a Magic player, anything like that. We have Hero with Vector, Imperial Capital. I'm not sure. These are foils as well. Overkill. Is that Titus? We have Overkill. We have Emmet. We have Zodiac. These are all Dragoon's Lands. These mean nothing to me. Sleep Magic. Can't even say. Dwarven Castle Guard. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. Item Shopkeep. Something. Chocobo Kick. We did get a Chocobo. We pulled a Chocobo, guys. Chocobo Kick. Very, very cool. But that was the Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy pack. So we've got 2 foils. I don't even know what these... They look like supers. Yeah, okay. That's Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering. That was that. But yeah, if anyone wants to argue about Final Fantasy 7, hit me up. I'm always down. If you think Cloud is better than Zack, if you want to get into the whole relationshiping thing, Cloud with everything, I'm down to argue all day, every day. But moving on, that was Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering. Moving on, we have these. So we have these. We have Blue Eyes White Destiny structure decks. So I think around February this year, these were like hot. When I went to the YCS Sydney, the Blue Eyes deck was kind of the new thing. Blue Eyes and Malice was blowing up. So like I said, I'm not a player. I only buy modern stuff on discount. So I managed to find these at my local Target. My local Target was clearing these out at $5 each, $5 each. They had 6 of them. And I asked the dude, can I buy all 6? And he was like, no, we have an anti-scalping policy. I totally get it, but I'm like, dude, no one's trying to scalp these. They're literally on discount for $5 each. Just let me buy them all, please. But he let me buy 4 of them. Super useful if I'm actually going to play a Blue Eyes deck. If I'm going to get back into the game, they have lots of staples in them, especially for a Blue Eyes deck. And of course, each one has that special QCR promo. So one day I might crack these open to see which promos I can get. I think the Maiden of White QCR is the one people are looking for. But $5 each, how could I say no? I tried to buy 6, he let me buy 4. No one's trying to scalp these, man, but that was Blue Eyes White Destiny structure decks. Super cool pickup as well. I'm a bargain hunter, guys. Always cool to find stuff like this. All right, and next up, we have a couple more special, if you would, booster boxes. So let's just show them both here. So we've got 2 kind of special booster boxes. First one is Limited Pack World Championship 2025 Limited Pack. So this was the booster box released during the 2025 World Championships, and of course features the kind of artwork painting Exodia. So you can get I think the ultra rare version, or they're calling it the emblazoned secret rare Exodia painting style, and it just fit the theme of the World Championship so much because it was like in Paris. They had the kind of display in the art gallery. So I think this card is really, really cool in terms of like card artwork, things like that. I think it's super cool. So I got 1 box to try our luck at getting the ultra rare or the secret rare kind of painting Exodia. So one day in a video soon, we'll open this up. I'm not sure if it's like enough for its own video, like 4 cards per pack, 10 packs of a box. So 10 packs, I'm not sure if it's its own video, if I do like a short or something. But next to this, I picked up this Quarter Century Art Collection. This was an OCG set. This was one of the last OCG sets that they ever printed. The reason I got this, if you know already, I'm a Dark Magician Girl fan. There is a super special QCR Dark Magician Girl in this box, in this set as well. So super limited, like 1 in a gajillion odd chance, but kind of weird how they release it. So it is literally this card here. I have it here. So I have the cheap version, cheap if you would, but it is this is the QCR Dark Magician Girl. This is like the kind of, what do you call it, the second artwork? The one where she's like posing like Dark Magician, but they released this in the OCG QCR style. So with the stamp and everything, very early on. I think I picked this up when I was in Japan in early 2023. I picked up 2 copies actually when I was over there. I got fleeced, absolutely fleeced by the way, because I got there just as it released. I had FOMO and everything. So I've overpaid like crazy for this card when it first dropped, because since then, like the price has dropped like crazy, but they re-released this exact card But all they changed was the name, the foil on the name, how it's gold in the QCR. They had a pink foiling of the name in this, and it's like super crazy limited, hard to pull, and the price for this thing is absolutely insane. So I had to pick up a box of this anyway, just to try to see if we get lucky, and I just included it anyway because I was buying a bunch of other stuff from Japan. So that is Quarter Century Art Collection and World Championship 2025 limited pack. And then the last two booster boxes I bought were these. This is more Overrush Pack 2 booster boxes. So if you remember a couple videos ago, I opened 10 boxes of this that I found from my Japan trip, my last Japan trip in October 2024. I found 15 boxes when I was over in Japan. They were sold out everywhere. I only bought 10. Now, I always had some little regret of not buying like all those 15 boxes, but when I opened those 10 boxes, I was hoping, of course, to pull the DMG, the cover card here. But of course, we didn't get lucky. So I don't know. I couldn't live with myself. Like, something about it. I had the itch. You know, this is like one of the only sets I've had like the itch for. So after I opened those 10 boxes, I was looking again. I was trawling, and then I found these actually locally. I found these 2 sealed boxes locally. Some guy in South Australia had these 2 sealed boxes. I picked them up. We will open them on the channel one day because, yeah, no, I just got the itch. I need to pull this card. We need to get lucky. But yeah, speaking of like opening packs, chasing cards, that's kind of like my policy for cards. Like, if there is a card that I want in a modern set, in a recent set, I will limit myself to like 1 booster box, maybe 2 booster boxes. I'll rip like 1 box. If we don't get lucky, like I'll kind of leave it at that. I'll limit myself at that because yeah, I know how out of hands things can get. And then after that, if I really want the card, I'll just buy the singles. So I've always applied that kind of policy to my Yu-Gi-Oh openings, my Pokemon openings. Luckily, we did get insanely lucky with the Dragon Master Major opening. If you guys remember that video, we opened like that limited amount of packs and we actually hit the Major. So it actually worked out for me in that case. But yeah, for the Overrush Pack 2 stuff, I couldn't resist. I had to buy more boxes. All right, so next up here, we got more cards. So we have some special cards. So if you guys rewind a couple videos ago to the first mailroom video. So in the first mailroom video, I showed off, I bought the early days collection, the new Nintendo Switch game for Yu-Gi-Oh, which was like a bunch of the old ROMs from like the history of Yu-Gi-Oh that you could play on your Nintendo Switch. So if you remember in that release, you could get one of 2 different Harpy's Feather Duster promo cards. And of course, I got cheesed by Konami because in my 2 copies of the game, which were not cheap, I got the exact same promo cards. So yeah, I was kind of cheesed, but we got the same promo. But if you guys remember, I think I mentioned it in that video, there were problems with this promo card. So if you guys can see, these promo cards were actually quote unquote damaged from Konami. So they actually had like ink splotches. So ink splotches on the actual cards here, on the 25th anniversary stamp. On both of them, if you can see here. So, and on the back, they had like the same damage. So I think I explained it in that first mailroom video. If you missed it, go back and watch that quickly. But I mentioned that you could send these back if you contacted Konami. You could send these to them and they would send you corrected versions or like non-damaged versions. So a lot of people were doing this. So I did end up contacting Konami themselves. It took a couple of weeks. It took almost a month, but we have official Konami mail here. It came from the UK. So I'm not sure if it's the same as everyone else. I think American people, North American people may be different, but for the Europeans and the people in Australia, we get in contact with Konami Europe, Konami UK. So Konami Digital Entertainment, United Kingdom, they sent me the replacement cards like this. So I already opened this set, and I'll show you exactly how it came. So when you open the pack, it literally comes just like this. I'll pour it out. They come like this. They came like sandwiched in this with compliment slip. That's it. There's nothing left here. The envelope is literally empty. At least like it's a cardboard backing, but it's pretty insane. Like this came all the way from Europe to Australia just like this. It's kind of crazy how the cards didn't get damaged. They literally come like they were sandwiched in there, like that was it. In that envelope all the way from Europe, halfway across the world. But the replacement cards are here, and I think I mentioned it in that first video. I mean, first up, let's check the Konami with compliment slip, Konami Digital Entertainment BV, KonamiEurope.com. Like, this is just so cool. To have official mail from Konami themselves, I think this is sick. The envelope, the with compliment slip, this is like collector worthy. Like, I reckon it's going in the collection. I'm not throwing this out, but the replacement cards themselves. So I think I mentioned it in the first video. The replacement cards are printed on not European cardstock and European foiling. They are Asian English, I think, if you or Japanese cardstock and Japanese foiling. And I think you guys can see it already. Like, it is just a whole different level. Like, these are the same. These are QCR, both of them. So you can just see the pop is just insane. The pop is so much more. So let's just compare one. So the lighting here is exactly the same, but look at the foil pop. The foil pop is actually insane on the borders, and on the actual card itself. Like the Japanese OCG like foiling technology for the QCRs, like they just did it so much better. I think like the Europe one tried, but it's just not the same. The North American is like closer, but nothing beats the Japanese. Like look at it. Like what, I can't even, like, there's nothing left to say. So that is the replacement Harpy's Feather Duster. So if you notice as well, so in the bottom stamp area there's no ink splotches, no damage. And then of course the card kind of code, as you can see on the original, it was 27113-card. And then the corrected, the non-damaged versions was 27113-card 2. So that is how you can tell the difference through photos if you're trying to buy these on eBay or anything like that. But that is the corrected Harpy's Feather Duster, the kind of OG artwork. But kind of like my Overrush 2-pack opening, I was kind of cheesed at what happened to me, how I didn't get like the other artwork. So what did I do? I bought another copy of the game, and of course I got the other one. Thank you, Lord. I got the other artwork of the Harpy's Feather Duster, because although like technically this artwork is considered like the first artwork of Harpy's Feather Duster, the red one, this one, even though it's the second artwork, this one is like the OG artwork to me. This red one, when I think of Harpy's Feather Duster as a kid, this is the artwork that I think of, because it was like the game promo. This was like the first one that I saw. This was the one that I knew growing up as a kid. So the red Harpy's Feather Duster, this was the one that I really wanted. So I bought another copy of this. I got this as well. So of course it was the damaged copy. So I know in the later copies of the game, they were shipping with the corrected, the non-damaged Japanese copies of the cards. So of course, what did I do? I contacted Konami all over again. I waited another month. What we have here is the corrected OG, to me, the corrected red Harpy's Feather Duster. I actually haven't opened this one yet. So we had 2 envelopes here. I haven't opened this one yet. Let's open it on camera live right now and get what I consider the corrected OG Harpy's Feather Duster. So let's open this thing up, get these scissors out, cut this thing open, and then we can see and enjoy the corrected Harpy's Feather Duster in all its glory QCR game promo. All right, so I'm assuming it's like the same situation. Yep, in the with compliment slip. Just sandwich like this halfway across the world. Ship a card just like that. I love it. Nothing else in there. At least the envelope is sort of rigid. So opening the slip with compliments slip. I love it. Hey, I got an error slip. There is some tape. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's like some whiteout. There's correction tape on this slip. I got a secondhand used with compliments slip from Konami. Really cool anyway. Super cool to get mail from Konami. I love it. But here is the corrected artwork. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Wow. Look at the foiling. Dude, it just pops so much more. And like the green on the spell card green is just crazy too. In person. Like, let me try to capture it on the camera. Actually, this one actually is not that bad, but it's not like this. It's just another level. In person, like, it just pops so much more. And of course, like I said before, if you know, like I've been harping on about European QCRs all the time, like the artwork is like darker, it's more contrasty. I'm not a fan of it. You can check out the examples I have on like my IG. I've posted a couple of different examples comparing European QCRs, but this one, the Japanese one, the colors are just so much more vibrant. The foiling is just so much more, it just pops so much more. It's in your face. So super, super cool. This is the non-damaged OG to me, Harpy's Feather Duster QCR. Super, super cool. I don't think I'm going to be opening it out of this promo pack, because like what I'm going to do, like open it, sleeve it, put it in a binder, like what for? What I do with like my sleeved promo collection is I put them in this. I think I showed it before, but one of these. This is a Palms of Gaming booster pack top loader, but I love putting it in this thing. It fits super nicely. So this way it doesn't get damaged. It's not like pressing on the card. I can't remember if I showed this in the previous video, but big fan of this. And of course they make a sleeve for this thing as well. So we can literally sleeve up the booster pack top loader. And then after that, you have a top-loaded card in a promo sleeve, fully protected, it's rigid, it's like, and it's great for display. Like, this is my preferred way of displaying cards in promo packs that I'm not intending to open, because half the time with these promo cards, I feel like the promo pack is like part of the specialty of it. Like, yes, you can open it, get it graded if that matters to you, but for something like this, when I'm not really looking to sell it, getting it graded doesn't make sense. Opening it, putting in a binder where like I can only look at it if like I open the binder or something, like it's, how often does that even happen? Storing it like this, like I can even put this, speaking of palms off, I can put this in the graded card case. So like with my other PSA kind of slabs, BGS slabs, I can put this in here. It goes in here like this. I think it's super cool. I love it. This one especially, this one, guys, trust me, if you're looking to get one of these, this is the one to get. The corrected red Harpy's Feather Duster. It pops so much. It's not really showing on camera, but in person it pops so much. Super happy with this pickup. That is the Harpy's Feather Duster Early Days Collection promo collection. Look, I have so many of these now. I know for some people in North America, Konami was making them send back the damaged copies, but Konami Europe told me, dude, just keep it. Give us your address. We'll send the other ones over. So I literally have 6 Harpy's Feather Duster QCRs now. But that was the Harpy's Feather Duster QCRs. Super cool. Super cool to get official Konami mail as well. But yeah, if you guys have any of the damaged cards, contact Konami, send them in, get your corrected QCRs. They look so much better, guys. Highly, highly recommend you do that. Cost you nothing as well. All right, guys, winding it down here, wrapping it up. We only got a couple things left, but they are super, super cool things. We've got some packages from Japan. So first up, we have these. So I did an order of these. So if you watch my original Japan haul videos, you would know what these are if you remember like the old studio back in my old place. These are YuGiOh Shikishis. So these are the metallic art prints you get from the Ichiban Kuji raffles. If you guys don't know what that is, watch my old videos. I explained it like so many times, but these are official metallic artboard prints. So I picked up a bunch of these. LOB Blue Eyes, OG Dark Magician. I picked up a bunch of these because I have a big plan on like kind of how to display these things. So if you remember the old studio, I had them displayed in the back, like in these square frames. So I absolutely love these things. I think they're one of the best value things you could ever buy as a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. One of the best kind of like art pieces, collectible pieces that you could get. So yeah, like I mentioned, coming very soon. It's been like a long-term project of mine that I've always had in the back of my head, but coming within like the next month or so, I'll make a video about it. I have an awesome way of how to display these, like making a little display, if you will. But I picked up a bunch of these from like all the different series. So there's been like 3 releases of these so far. So I've got stuff from like Series 1, Series 2. If you can see like the 2 different series here. This was Series 1 and Series 2. So Series 1 had all like the OG SDY, SDK artworks here. And then Series 2 had like the LOB artworks, like more classic Summon Skull. And then Series 3 recently came out like last year, had more of like the modern stuff. But I absolutely love these things. I picked up a bunch from Japan. All right, and next up from my Japan package, we have these. We have 5 copies of, not the latest, but one of the latest Shonen Jump, weekly Shonen Jumps. So if you guys know why I bought these, I mentioned it in my last video, the Nike / Yu-Gi-Oh collaboration, the Air Muscle collab. I mentioned I bought these. They were in the mail. They didn't make it in time for the video, but they finally came. And the reason I bought these was because on the back, there is the huge artwork of the Air Muscle. The reason I bought 5 was they're so cheap. They're literally like $3 each. They're 300 yen each. So I bought 5. Now, what I didn't realize was how thick they actually are. I've never actually bought a weekly jump before. This is like my first weekly jump, and it is omega thick. And it's actually because it has like the latest manga chapters inside. Actually, like I never knew that. As a kid, I was always reading like the latest Yu-Gi-Oh manga chapters like online. You would have to like torrent it. You have to download the PDFs. I didn't realize they came like this, like as a part of like this series every week in a magazine. It's like so cool. But I have 5 copies of these things, so don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Maybe I'll like post them for sale for any local Australian Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there on like Facebook or something. But 5 copies. I love the Air Muscles. I made like a 30-minute video on the whole collaboration and release. You guys know how much I love them, so this is super cool for me as like kind of even an art piece. So I might put it in the back somewhere like that. But that was Weekly Shonen Jump, Volume 39, 2025, with the Air Muscle collab artwork on the back. And then speaking of the Air Muscles, if you follow me on IG, you already know what's coming. You already might know what's coming already, but finally, I have my pair of the Nike X YuGiOh Air Max 95 Air Muscles. I couldn't help myself, guys. I couldn't help myself. I missed out on the retail release. I had to pay resale price, but more than happy to, honestly. More than worth it, in my opinion, for these. I absolutely love these things, and I actually got these things for a really, really good price, despite having to pay resale, because I've been keeping track of the price of these things like religiously daily, and the price I paid for these, they haven't come down to that price in this size since I picked these up. So super, super happy to pick these up. Finally, to have these things in hand, they're just absolutely beautiful. I love everything about these things. You guys already know I made an over 30-minute video about this thing, but to have them in hand is actually incredible. So just having a look here, we've got the box. We can look at it in hand. We've got the Nike YuGiOh logo. So cool. On the actual label, we have the Nike Air Muscle 95 QS YuGiOh. So Air Muscle 95, Air Max 95. QS stands for Quick Strike for non-sneaker people. Quick Strike is like Nike's like limited releases that they do. And YuGiOh, size 9.5. So size 9.5 is like my true size, but I kind of nowadays like wearing like a size 10. It's more like a relaxed fit. But when these popped up for the price that they did, size 9.5, my size, for the price that it was like meant to be. I had to pick them. I was waiting to pick these up. So happy that I got these. On the back here, we have the huge Red Eyes artwork. Super, super cool. And then we have, of course, the classic Nike logos on the back. Let's open it up, guys. Whoa, okay, before we open it up, the promo card on the front, the Winds of Victory spell card. So secret rare foiling, and it's popping like prismatic secret rare foiling, and it pops like crazy. So super similar to like, I think it must be Japanese or Asian English prismatic secret rare foiling, but super cool. The Winds of Victory custom playable promo card with the Air Muscles. So NKC1 EN001. Like I mentioned in my actual Air Muscle video, I'm a huge fan of how they package the card with these shoes. It's like in a quasi top loader, in a sleeve. So like super, super cool. There's the card. You've got the Nike embossed logo in the text box there. The Nike embossed logo in the text box. Super sick. Winds of Victory. Now, opening the box, you're supposed to kind of tear this kind of back artwork piece. It's already kind of popped off here because it's been warped, but you're supposed to tear this off in order to take the card out. But honestly, the artwork here, it's the same as like the one that was on the Wiggly Jump, the back of the Wiggly Jump. So I don't think I'm going to take this out because like, what? I'm never going to sell this. This is like a forever thing for me. What? Am I going to take the card out to get it graded? What for? I'm never gonna sell it. Like, why would I get it graded for someone to tell me what the condition is? Like, I can just see the condition of the card. I've never opened it. And like, if I take it out to put it in a binder where it's hidden away, I can't see it. Leaving it like this, I can display the box in the back. I can look at the card every day. So I'm gonna leave it in the box. It's an awesome display, just like this. I have a spot for it right next to the Kyber case. It'll be up there. If you follow me on IG, you would have already seen it, but that is the Winds of Victory card. Now, opening the box, finally, we can open the box. So, like I mentioned, the tissue paper has like the attribute symbols on there. So, like, it's a dark attribute. I think like that's Earth. I think that's Earth. There's some other ones, but super cool details on the tissue paper. Love it. We have more tissue paper, and then the actual Air Muscles themselves in all their glory. So cool. The actual Air Muscles in hand. These things are just, it lives up to the hype, guys. Look at these things. Oh my God. Like, absolutely love it. I went through all the details already. The air bubbles, the scuffing, the Air Muscle on the tongue. Just so cool. Look at these things, guys. The Nike Air on the heel. It's reflective 3M. The actual tongue, I think, is reflective as well. I took some photos. The tongue. We got the insole. Like, I already went through it all, guys. You can watch the video if you want, but having these things in hand, this just hits on so many levels for me. Being a sneakerhead, being a Yu-Gi-Oh collector, this is like the ultimate, the creme de la creme. You cannot get better than this when you're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, Nike, a collab, a piece of like merch, something to display. This is an art piece, guys. I had a lot of discussion with some people about like wearing these, things like that. If you're like a sneakerhead, you'll know like, half the time, sneakerheads, we don't wear our shoes. Half the time, it's for collecting, like literally like cards. It's for collecting. It's for like displaying. We wear our shoes sometimes, of course. Sometimes you cop two pairs. You have one to rock, one to stock, one to keep on ice. These, I feel, unless you're doing like a cosplay, these aren't kind of for wearing. Unless you're gonna cop two pairs, one to wear and then one to rock, one to stock. Unless you cop two pairs, these for me, I don't think I'm ever going to wear these. These are like an art piece. These are going to go in the back on display forever, like as an art piece. These are not really for wearing, but the air muscles, let's get both shoes out here. We got the air muscles here, super sick. I love these things, absolutely. Almost want to do like the Fat Joe thing, MTV Cribs, and like lick the sole on these things, but there is the air muscle. Super sick. I'm gonna have them at the back there next to the kind of Kaiba briefcase. Just awesome. So these will be featured in every single video going forward, but these are the best. I absolutely love these things, guys. So that was it, guys. That was all my recent YuGiOh pickups. That was everything I bought in like the last couple months. Like I said at the beginning, kind of alarming when you have everything laid out, how much I've actually bought, how much I've actually spent on YuGiOh stuff recently. I mean, it is a lot of money, but of course we love it. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. Let me know what you thought of my recent pickups. What was the best thing you think I picked up? Of course, I think I'm going to say the air muscles was the best thing. Keep your eyes peeled for the next video coming soon of the Shikishi things like I mentioned. I'm super excited to share with you guys what I've been cooking up. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Follow me on socials if you don't. Follow me on IG. I'm always posting updates there that I don't really post on YouTube. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.